Hello, I'm Cedric Kennedy, aka the Atheist Dragon. I presented my origins of how I became an atheist. Since that story is done, it's time for longevity beyond Heba. This is In the Eye of the Atheist Dragon. Okay, so here's the thing. I might get triggered by something here and there. There's, something that, is thought-provoking or something that's knee-jerky, like I pretty much do with anything, except this is pretty much going to be my basket of where I put things that are more hyper-focused on religion or things like that. That's what I'm going to be doing here. So, in this, somebody responded to, my R. Kelly video, and I'm going to only focus on pretty much the last part, in a sense. But, and I'm not here to tear this person apart. This is more blanketed stuff that I'm going to be doing. Now, if I want to tear somebody apart, that'd be my prerogative. But in general, that's not my initial thing. That's not to say that that thing won't happen. It's going to be what it is. So you have to just adjust to that. And if you don't like me tearing apart certain ideas, aspects, and things like that from the religious mindset, then please leave your comment. But if all you got is hate, stupidity, and rage, then either I'm going to tear your comment apart or I'm going to ignore you. It's going to be one of those. Or I just might mention it at some point and move on. So let's get started with this, because I got some pro wrestling to watch. So this person says, the reality is, of course, there are plenty of other people that are guilty, but the fact of the matter is that R. Kelly is one that got caught up. So because he got caught up, we supposed to snitch on everybody else. At the end of the day, take your own charge. These are the rules of the crime. Why y'all worried about someone else? I got a daughter, so fuck Kelly and fuck those preachers too. Fuck them all who believe in God. Let him deal with them. Why y'all judging? So, and those words are up on the screen. So if you want to pause and look back, I'm going to put them up on the screen. I just copied and pasted and used for more of 7.8.9. So that's what I'm using for this. And so look, the part that I'm thinking, he's like, why y'all judging? He's like, let God do all the work. Let God do the judging. And I'm sitting here like, he's the one that says, I got a daughter, so fuck Kelly and fuck those preachers too. The preachers, they happen to be worshipers of God. So you're going to let God do the judging, but yet damn the preachers, right? The conduit to God, the one that you go to church every Sunday and sometimes Wednesdays and every once in a while, every day of the week to go listen to talk to you about God. You're going to say fuck you to them? Come on. It's like, I got a daughter, so fuck Kelly. So I got a daughter too, and I still listen to Step in the Name of Love. I still listen to R. Kelly's music. I listened to it before, and I listened to it when everyone was making jokes about the whole, him going to the school to pick up these kids. I listened to it then. Everybody knew what the fool was doing, but they wanted to turn a blind eye because they wanted to be fanboys and fangirls, and all these girls wanted to ride up and get up with R. Kelly. But he wants God to judge. Let God judge. Okay, here's a question. If only God can judge, does that mean that everyone should just shut up about everything and let everyone do what they want to do without punity? As if they're in an asylum to just do it, just pure anarchy without punishment. And when the day they die, God will judge them. Is that what you're saying? Because every time something goes down, someone says, God will judge them. Who are you to judge? They say don't judge unless you want to be judged. All this stuff you hear about judging and only letting God do it. So let me just ask anyone out there that believes that the Bible is the inherent word of God and believe that only God can judge anyone. Let me throw something out there. If I were to kill, on average, 8,000 people every 1.5 years, should nothing be done to me? and I just walk the street freely, and then God is the only one that can judge me. So whenever I just die of old age, because no one should do anything. Nobody needs to do anything. No one touch me. No one judge. If I kill your loved ones and others' loved ones, and therefore through my actions or indirect actions, if I am responsible for these loved ones dying, should nothing by any means be done or ill will thought or towards me, and I can go free throughout my life without looking over my shoulder or anything, and the only one, the only thing, the only person, the only entity that can say anything to me is someone that has not been proven to exist. I'm just saying. I'm sure you can say he exists by saying look around you. Yeah, okay. I look around me and I see household, I see Dragon Ball and Pokemon wall scrolls, I see computer fans and a 6-year-old TV, no, a 6-year-old monitor that I just dusted off. That's what I look around. Now, is all of that God? But I'm just saying, should he be the only one to judge me? Because just throwing it out there, the insurance companies pretty much letting people die. Matter of fact, it's in their job to make sure people die. For you to pay into health care, and when you need it, they say, my bad, you can't use it because of things we don't like. So, no. And we're going to use that money to pay off executives and go on vacations. So, is it all right for Donald Trump to allow this to happen? For Congress to ensure that it happens? Since these insurance companies pay them on the back end to make sure that they're deregulated or do whatever they want? Because, everyone says that God chose Trump. So here's the thing. God chose Trump to deregulate everything that kept us from getting poisoned and cancer and stuff. God chose Trump to deregulate the EPA and make sure to hire people that has not only sued the EPA, but now is in charge of it to make sure that the EPA doesn't do its job. So it's okay for Trump to allow these companies to shoot pig feces and urine into minorities' yards and stuff to make them ill and sick and die? Is it okay for them to use lead and stuff that shouldn't be using lead to cause birth defects and things like that? Like the router I just got that said this thing may cause lead to get into you. I don't know how a router can do that. So I hooked it up and backed up. I let it go. I haven't been over there since. Washed my hands and everything. But does that really matter? Because Trump has deregulated so much with the water supplies that you're drinking it all over the United States. Trump allows deregulation and then illegal actions by Nestle to use more plastics in the water you're drinking from stolen land, from stolen water reserves to help poison you with things that you can't get out your body, these little particles of plastic. So God chose Trump to destroy everything so that while he and Congress help destroy everything, you blame the Democrats. And I guess we're supposed to just let that go, because only God can judge Trump. I'm just wondering. See, this was an R. Kelly post, yes, but that's people say they want to ride with R. Kelly. I'm like, they don't know what that means. They don't know what that means. They don't know what riding with somebody means. It's just a term they use, and now they're just saying it. But if it's okay for the government to kill on average 10,000 people a year due to terrible health care that they have enforced to be terrible. And so we got to wait for God to judge them. We got to wait until Trump and all of Congress and all the new Congress and the new Congress to die, which by then I and you will be dead, even if it's by old age. And only then when God judges them, however the fuck that goes, and whatever the fuck that means, that's when we'll get vindication. When we're long fucking dead and nobody that exists is doing anything about it, that's when we're supposed to be, yay! This, whatever the fuck did it. And we aren't even here alive to even enjoy it. Just wondering, what do you mean? What do you mean? Do you even have an idea? Because that's what it means. It means to shut up, do nothing, and wait for nothing, and then hope that somebody that you can't prove exists will do something about it. When the person causing these deaths are dead. Because that's the only time God actually judges, isn't it? When you're dead. Because he can't do it when you're alive. There's no way he can possibly do it while you're alive. So I guess the idea is, hey, just wait. We'll pray for him to make sure that our favorite sports team win. We'll pray to make sure that everyone that has done a bad deed will be punished, but we're not going to judge. I want y'all to think about that. We're not going to judge, although that's what we're doing, because you have to cite it. You have to judge in order for to deem it a bad deed. You have to judge in order for someone to be deemed a bad person or a horrible person. You can't say fuck R. Kelly, fuck the preachers. You can't say fuck anybody at all and yet say only God can judge. Unless you're calling yourself God. And then at that point, I think everyone who's called themselves God has been locked up in the loony bin. Just saying. Something for you to think about. And if you definitely don't understand what I'm saying, look into the eye of the atheist dragon. Maybe you'll figure it out.